Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, good to have you with us. It's the Washington Wizards matching up against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Well, for Orlando, this is going to be a great test of their ability to match up against any style of opponent. The front office had that in mind when this roster was constructed. We'll see how it actually plays out tonight. And the Wizards, a team many people felt would be an Eastern Conference champion at some point. Kenny, why have they not fulfilled those hopes?
Well, it's hard to rebuild or build a franchise into success when guys are hurt, guys don't get along, supposedly. You start to wonder, how long before they dismantle this, Shaq?
And some teams are better than the sum of their parts. That takes chemistry, effort, and using guys correctly. The Wizards have been sort of trending the other direction.
I agree.
And now with the tip upcoming, we go courtside. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Well, it's important to look your best on the road, and that's not lost on the Wizards. Here they are, coming into the arena earlier on. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The skyline of Orlando is seen here during a gorgeous sunset. Quite a backdrop for our broadcast tonight. And hello again, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday afternoon edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a shooter. He said, what I've done is connected my three, my pull-up, and my free throw. They're all the same shot now. I'm going to keep trusting my skills, and eventually it'll all come together. With my motor, I feel like whatever I'm doing out there, I can just keep going and going. Kevin?
Tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. You know, Chris, it seems like every year the NBA gets a little more athletic. Talk about how that aspect of the game has changed.
I was 6'9" and I played power forward and sometimes center. Kevin Durant is 6'11" and he plays the two guard. That's how the game is changing. It's no more big guys go to that end, little guys go to that end. Now you have to be a skilled basketball player. You have to be able to shoot, dribble, and pass at every position. The way of just the one-sided guy, that is gone out the game. That's a dinosaur. I love it. You have to be more athletic, definitely, but the skill set. You got to make sure you can play basketball in that way, no matter what size you are. 5'9" to 7 foot. You have to be equal in skill, and I love that.
Wow, I do too. And now Washington's starting group. Bradley Beal is out there with P. Then it's P. That's Goose. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward. And for Orlando, we've got B. Aaron Gordon out there with Tracey Mcgrady. Then it's Markelle Fultz. And it's Quinn in at the two guard. Hachimura. No good that time. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Here's Mcgrady. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Like the size Mcgrady has inside. Fantastic at kind of angling his body there for the interior shot.
Out left to the wing. Shot's good by Samuels.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
He had very little resistance. I mean, he had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here is Mcgrady. Kicks it out to Gordon. Back to Mcgrady. 5 to shoot. From 20 feet out. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. The shot's good.
Dependable when it comes to sharing the ball. Folks, he's skilled at getting it to his guys.
The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Beal. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar.
Here's Quinn. Here's Gordon, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Dawson. Here's Beal. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah. Well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor. He looks for ways to inject himself into games.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. B's checked in for Lewis. D comes in for Dawson. P, he's checked in for Hachimura. And John Wall subbed in for P.
One shot.
And that one falls for Beal. And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. You know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt man.
Yeah, Kevin, Beal said himself he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. But Beal would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. So he's checked in for Bradley Beal. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. That's to Vucevic. Misses from short range.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
There's the pass to Wale. Pass to Pete. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Over in the corner, Isaac. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The sixth pick back in 2017, 6'10", Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
That's good from Isaac.
And Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10" forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
Both shots good from the strike.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
From deep, Wall. Vucevic with the rebound.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on.
Oh, he delivers!
I cannot believe that. And with the height to see over people and the peripheral vision to do it quickly, Penny with the perfect setup.
Now here's Wall. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And shot on the way. They get it back. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Hardaway. The wing jumper off target. With one on the clock. That one doesn't go. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Magic lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Yeah.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Often talk about problems between the players and fans. I'm sure there are some things that fans do, Chris, that players do appreciate.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. And you know what we really appreciate? Good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
Trash-talking fans. Oh, Weber, you suck. You can't shoot. So what? You just dunked on their whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going, and I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere. When they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy, or they're just cheering for both teams in great play. Though they want their teams to win. And you love again the creative mechanism that I had to think about the day before, like the ones that comes in with the sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Magic, Mr. Fundamentals is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Bamba, and it's Vucevic in at the center. Ross is checked in for the Magic. Slim comes in for Hardaway. Davis Bertans checks in for the Wizards. And he's good on the second. He makes all three.
Well, the Wizards last year, I mean, they struggled on defense. We saw that, which was a big part of why they missed out on the playoffs. Now, teams know it is a weakness, and that's something they need to address. This team knows it.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Chris, with the Wizards and their lack of defense, last season it showed up in the numbers.
Yeah, Kevin, they were second to last in effective field goal percentage against in the league. I mean, that just didn't challenge shooters inside and out. No amount of offense can make up for that.
Two shots. Last on the first.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic, an offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
He's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And he makes both free throws. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves, terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Misfires on the corner three. Orlando leading. Play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this season.
For Orlando, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Magic. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Samuels checked in. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Shorty. He kicks it to Samuels. Pass to Wale. Shot clock at 6. They need this. Offensive rebound. Bryant. And the layup's good off the glass.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here is Slim. 5 points in the game. He feeds it to Gordon. And it's sent back by Bryant. Pass to Bertans. Here is Samuels. He's guarded by Ross. Nice ball movement by Washington. Down low. Tries from 10. D. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the pass to Beal. Here is Slim. And it's sent back by Bryant. And it's out of bounds. And they see last touch by Bryant. Orlando making some changes. Mcgrady comes in for Mr. Fundamentals. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Ross. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Lewis checked in for Bryant. Lawson comes in for Davis Bertans. Hachimura, he's checked in for D. And John Wall subbed in for Shorty. There's 47 seconds left in the first half.
And if they're thinking, they can get a 2-for-1 here.
And you just have to manage the clock correctly. Sometimes it's easier said than done if you also want to get a good look.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one hits.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
So for the Magic, Bamba is checked in for B. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Gordon. Hardaway is subbed in for Slim. And a change for the Wizards. P, he's checked in for P. He's perfect from the line this time.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
We got 33 seconds left here in the second. Here's Hardaway. Whoa, with a block.
Whoa. One of the things that's underrated is that he's an insane athlete. Right there, he's just showing what an incredible defender he is at these type of blocks.
Mcgrady kicks to Quinn. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. Dawson with the rebound. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. He gets that one.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And here is Hardaway. Here's Mcgrady. And nothing is falling for him right now. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards out front, leading by a point. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back to the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possession. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots. Gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. They've got Bradley Beal, Hachimura out there with Dawson. Then it's P, and it's Lewis in at the pivot spot, Manning in the middle. It's good on the putback. Samuel's got the lead up to 3 now for the Wizards.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And it's Gordon missing. The Wizards shooting from the field, 44%, not bad.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game. Aaron Gordon still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
And finished off by Beal.
Oh, you gotta love how high Bill gets. He's terrific at ramming it in on alley-oop.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic. It's a 5-point game. Has to be. Mcgrady outside. Here's Gordon. Good. And it's Mcgrady who picks up the assist. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower pace system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the deep.
Here's Quinn. That one rolling around and runs out. Washington leading now by 3. Lewis passes to Samuels. That shot, no good. The Magic go the other way with it. To the middle. Inside. Gordon. It's blocked. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Gordon. And Terrence Ross is up in for Tracey Mcgrady. And then for Washington, B comes in for Goose. And it's D in for Hachimura. Vucevic to the pass to B. To the left wing. Here's Quinn. And he gets it to go from the corner. Quinn's got his first basket. Wizards have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. B the pass to D. As more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, especially when I was with Dollar. I would give a
Oh, great.
really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road it's great because that's where you know that fan grade all those your jersey and to be the only one there, so you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through the wedding tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect. And the first one at the line is good. So for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for B. Mr. Fundamentals comes in for Mr. Clutch. Hardaway is subbed in for Fultz. The Wizards also changing it up. P, he's checked in for Dawson. All comes in for P, and it's Shorty in for Bradley Beal. He hits both from the stripe. 1:29 left in the third. Hardaway with the bounce pass. Vucevic dishes to Hardaway. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Wizards leading by 3. P passes to B. Wizards passing it around to the inside. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. B's got 4 points this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket and the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
A fadeaway. Bucket is good.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Wizards have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Wall. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Wall's got the lead. Back up to 5 now for the Wizards. 41 seconds left in the third. Here's Hardaway. Second shot opportunity. Right on the bucket.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop the layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Ball taking his time here. Over Ross. But they recover it.
And that's a shot they love to lean on all the time. I mean, gets Wall rolling with his jump shot.
Now Hardaway. At the elbow, Vucevic. Kicks it to Quinn. The tray. Rebounded by the Wizards. D's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so it's the Washington Wizards heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Washington with it. The lengthy bigs inside. Isaac and Bamba. Hardaway is out there with Slim. And it's Quinn in at the 3, the small forward. That's just out there for Orlando. P. And he uses the glass on the layup. P's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Wizards.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
That one's good. The Washington lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Quinn. Hardaway against Wall. Takes a shot at the elbow. Bryant passes to B. That one's not going to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent.
So for the Magic, Gordon's checked in for Isaac. Mcgrady comes in for Mr. Fundamentals. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Hardaway. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Lewis checked in for Thomas Bryant. Austin comes in for B. Hachimura, he's checked in for P. And it's P in for Shorty. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. That shot, no good. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Even if the D hasn't impacted, there's no way he's blocking that shot. He's giving up too much shot.
He's checked in for Orlando. That's good from Dawson. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here is Slim. Here's Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Samuels the pass to Dawson. He dishes at the wall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
It's all about the quickness that Wall possesses that makes him so hard for defenses to contain. He's solid at drawing contact.
First one falls for him.
The #1 overall pick in 2010, I mean, Wall became a bona fide star. He plays with an edge and energy.
And so Wall nails both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And it's blocked. Passes it to Samuels. And the shot is long. The Magic trail by 10. B the pass to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Fantastic finish there on the break.
Look at that awareness. Such a heads-up play to kick it back.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
1:57 left here in the fourth quarter. It's Wall with the drive. And it's denied. Pass to Mcgrady. Good ball movement there by the Magic. Gordon kicks to Mcgrady. Lets it go with the three. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Magic making a change here. Fultz is checked in. And a switcher also for Washington. Bradley Beal's checked in for John Wall. Washington leading now by 8. Beal the pass to Hachimura. Back to Beal. And there's the pass to Hachimura. 6 to shoot. Buries it down low.
Timeout, timeout.
Hachimura's got the lead up to 10 now for Washington.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the plane.
That's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable minute.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game,
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Steve Clifford went over with his guys during the break. He told his guys, this is it. We need one final push here. Everyone working together. Let's go get these guys. We also talked about making smart plays with the ball. Kevin, you can't have any mistakes at this point of the game.
Thank you, David. Here's Quinn. And a miss there on the triple.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Washington.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for P.
He was a scary man at the defensive end with all those blocks. Even the shots he didn't get a hand on, he affected. He forced a lot of misses out there tonight.
And Washington can just let the clock run down here. Now here's Beal, guarded by Fultz. Outside, Beal. And so it's the Wizards with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having them with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.